Little is known of Bob's early life. However, we do know his career began as the mute sidekick on the Krusty the Clown television series. Robert Underdunk Terwilliger Jr., better known by his stage name Sideshow Bob, is a self-proclaimed genius, a member of the Republican Party, champion of high culture, and former children's entertainer turned criminal mastermind. Bob is a tall, slim man, easily recognizable with his pale skin, abnormally large feet, and his palm tree-shaped hair.
No! No! No!
Hello everyone, welcome to TheDohShow. We have to keep it down. I'm Johnny Peckus. Your host with me is Ryan Burke and Alex Mackley. Hi. We are currently outside of the courtroom, and we are trying to pick up on what we can.
Now on the docket, case number 24601, defendant Robert Terwilliger.
Your Honor, I'd like to call the defendant to the stand.
And now we cut to the red carpet with RuPaul.
Oh, sweetie, during his first public appearance, we see Bob rocking a grass skirt with red clown shoes and is shirtless.
Ow!
That's right, ladies. A bold choice. When he's not in jail or court slaying that standard orange jumpsuit fit with the brown shoes, Bob can be seen sporting a rather casual but still smart sense of style. With a purple suit and vertically striped pants and a diagonally purple striped tie, you don't know which way he's coming from.
It's like giving such I'm like Willy Wonka vibes.
Yeah, and you're like giving me a fucking headache.
Ugh, big yikes. Seen still sporting those big old Hawaiian shirts that were popular, so many years ago.
Oh, honey, as Mary wore a stone gray suit with a light blue shirt, red tie, and those brown shoes. Fabulous.
Now down to the courtroom floor with Joan Rivers.
Oh, darling, you look wonderful. Who are you wearing?
Oh, this old thing, it's nothing. But if I had my way, I'd be dressed much different.
Oh, tell us, Bob. Tell us, who would you be wearing?
Bart Simpson. People of the jury, my client has been through repeated instances of abuse, including, but not limited to, being shot from a cannon and hit consistently and constantly with an unending barrage of pies, leading my client to become angry at Krusty the Clown and resentful of the clown's success.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Of course, we do have security footage. Pull up Exhibit B, please. We also have eyewitness testimony to one Homer J. Simpson, who witnessed the robbery and stated to officers he saw Krusty at the Quickie Mart. After Krusty's arrest, my client, Mr. Terwilliger, took control of the Krusty the Clown show. Bob's reign was short-lived when our witness, Mr. Simpson's son Bartholomew J., exposed the truth, and custody was released. Bob was then sent to jail, but not before swearing vengeance on young Mr. Simpsons here. As we lead to prosecution, I want you to all remember who said this. Treat kids equally. They're people too. They're smarter than you think. It was my client, Sideshow Bob.
Objection, Your Honor. Are we gonna sit here and listen to these blatant lies? What Mr. Terwilliger said was, and I quote, treat kids as equals. They're people too. They're smarter than you think, and they were smart enough to catch me. And this was only said after being exposed and taken away to jail for the first time, I remind you. Clearly an admission of guilt from this child predator.
Order, I say, order in my courtroom. On to the
Prosecution.
After he was released from jail, Mr. Terwilliger married Selma Bouvier with the plan to gain her inheritance by attempting to blow up her apartment. My client, Mrs. Bouvier's nephew, the same Bartholomew, caught on quickly, and Mr. Show Bob was put back into custody. Bob then began sending death threats written in his own blood to my client via the U.S. Postal Service.
Objection, Your Honor. I agree with what the previous lawyer said. Your Honor, my client and his family were forced to move to their home, and they changed their names. Still, the defendant was able to locate the Simpson family on their houseboat, and they cutting the rope, and he tried keeping their board docked, and then he proceeded to tie them up. Mr. and Mr. Simpson, of course. He then continued to corner young Bartholomew, but luckily the police had arrived to arrest Mr. Bob once the boat had arrived on port. Yeah.
Objection, Your Honor. That case was thrown out under Article 42-7 of the Springfield Maritime Law of 1683.
Yar, he be right, you know. Acts of passion upon the depths of the water are to be null and void upon landing ashore. Yar, as long as both parties' actions remain upon their pants. Yar, I meant boats.
But upon his release, Bob campaigned and ran against Mayor Quimby, and after he winning, after he was done winning, he confessed to the charges and placed against him for rigging the election. So he kind of admitted. He said he did it by using the deceased pets as registered voters. Your Honor, that he admitted it.
Hey, at least he's an honest one.
True politician.
He's honest.
You call that honest?
Order, I say, order in my courtroom. Your Honor, when the defendant was placed on duty, he was able to escape and steal an A-bomb from the local Air Force base, after which he threatened to detonate above the town of Springfield. And then he attempted to kidnap my client again, but was foiled when he crashed that same stolen military plane into a shelter. Your Honor, it contained Krusty the Clown. He was there to be arrested on sight. It's there. Your Honor, not only did Mr. Terwilliger escape from prison, but, for a second time, he was able to track down my client, and lured him, it says, into his shed, where then he was hypnotized by, Mr. Sideshow, in a scheme to kill Krusty. And he did this, Your Honor, by strapping Mr. Bart, my client, with bombs, with explosives.
Hearsay, Your Honor. My client is not a terrorist. For the record, after Krusty made his public apology for the horrible treatment towards my client, there was a change of heart made, and Robert put a stop to the attempted murder.
Your Honor, can we take a short recess?
I second that, Your Honor.
Fine, granted, but I say you better be back with a good
Closing arguments.
Your Honor, my client, Mr. Terwilliger, enjoys the finer things in life. He enjoys reading classic literature. His passion for theater speaks in volumes to my clients. He can recite by heart both Gilbert and Sullivan's HMS Pinafore, as well as many Shakespearean pieces. He despises television and other low-class things, as that was his motive for telling the Springfield citizens to elect him in order to save them from themselves. As you can see, Your Honor, my client, Mr. Terwilliger, has shown redeeming features in the past, such as forgiveness for Krusty, when he realized that Krusty had in fact regretted mistreating him. In addition, when he took over Krusty's show, Robert tried to insert high culture into the show by reading the classic novel The Man in the Iron Mask to the children, in an attempt to encourage children's intellectual development. Furthermore, his threat, as it has been deemed, to the town of Springfield with a nuclear bomb, it was attempted only because he just saw what a negative mind-numbing effect TV can have on the people. As you can see from the case S14E6, Robert was actually pulled from prison to be a detective. This was obviously due to his social awareness and compassion for the justice system, which upon his entry to it, has started to change the way that he thought and acted, and he was out to protect Mr. Simpson here.
Or is it a vendetta for Mr. Bartholomew J. Simpson?
Hello, who are you? Obviously you're talking like that for a reason. Oh my god, is this a made-for-TV movie? Worst court case ever.
Can you pull what the fuck is going on here, Ryan?
I don't know how he still gets out of jail.
What? Just jail? They can't put him in prison? What?
He tried to buy
Just
all
keep him
fucking
there.
town. What are you talking
Why
about?
didn't you
Jail?
just let him out?
There's no law here. What is going on? Why did you bring us here?
He must have paid somebody off. This is crazy, dude.
All right, so, for those of you listening, we are still in the courtroom, and as you just heard, what is going on here? This is a lawless place. We don't even know what state it's in, for God damn its sake. This guy tried to bomb a town. He tried to kill multiple children. No regard for the law. And he's just there. Just in handcuffs.
He had an atom bomb. Do you know what happens to rogue nuclear
Stole a
states?
plane. What the fuck?
Yeah, stole a fucking military plane and then crashed it. And then got out because they're like, you could be a detective. What the fuck is this? If he's the smartest guy in here, we need to get the fuck out of here. Seriously. This is the TheDohShow, getting the fuck out of whatever fucking boo-foo town we're in, so
Get the fuck out of Dodge. I mean, Springfield.